Inn and Spa and the Vintage Inn in Yountville, California. Call 800-351-1133.
Welcome back to the show, folks. I'm Fred Dwyer, your host, along with Michael Horn here.
Hello, everybody.
He's working his way back from the tail section of the XR-71 Blackbird, and we are hovering at about 8,000 miles an hour at the cusp of outer space. And I figure if we increase if we go quadruple speed of sound,
okay,
we can make one revolution of the Earth within this hour.
I'll see if Mr. Scott can get it in the engine room going, okay?
Let's see if we can wake him up back there.
He's got Fred.
You know, with the internet porn going on, nothing gets done around here.
I'm telling you, it's tough, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. What are you going to do? But as I said earlier in the show, it's Mitt Romney. Don't think it's not. Don't think that this little blurb and this good feel-good story about Rick Santorum, who I like.
You like Rick?
I like him very much. I like what he said. I thought his speech last night
speech was good last night.
Terrific. And it was great because right after his speech, Mitt came on and gave a great speech, a nice speech. I bought that. But you get to see the contrast. You get to see I don't want to say laconic. I don't want to say laid back Rick Santorum. I want to say a guy who's gathered. He speaks very well. And he knows the narrative of his life, and he's made that the spine of his candidacy, and I think people like that in Iowa. I think it resonated with them. Certainly, it resonated with them, and it scared Romney a little bit. I think that they're a little rattled. It's a good thing that they actually did win, so he could say, "Yeah, I did win." You know,
by 8 votes.
Yeah, here's the trophy. But here's the other thing. There was a Pat Caddell who I read and listen to periodically, made a very interesting statement.
Now, who's Pat Caddell? So the people.
Well,
don't know.
he was Jimmy Carter's pollster.
Yes, there you go.
You know, and which don't think bad of him for that. He's the guy that came down the hallway and said, "Jimmy, pack it up."
Yes, exactly. Okay, think better of him for that.
What do you mean, pack it up?
Time to build.
So Pat Caddell says that the turnout was very, very glaring. You know,
what do you mean by glaring?
It was only 126,000.
Could have been more. It
should have been double that.
Yes, it should have.
So he says the base is not inspired at all about any of these candidates.
Wow.
They're not inspired.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, it's not good. So what's going to happen? Will we see a big turnout from now on because a true conservative was green lit here and at the caucus in Iowa? You know, what's going to happen in New Hampshire? What's going to happen in South Carolina and Florida and so forth and so on is going to be determined on how much the base now gets involved. And if you're Obama and you're the progressive reprobates, you have to look at that and realize, something, the Republicans are beatable.
Here's you got to think about this too, because they're not stupid there on the Democratic side.
Not.
The way they're going to win, and mark my words on this, is Joe Biden is stepping down, and Hillary is going to be the vice president, and that's what they're going to put that package together, and that's going to be new blood in that package because Hillary's going to be the VP.
Well, it very well may be.
I've heard that rumor many, many times, and I'm telling you it's going to happen.
It very well may be, and if it does, then you can say sayonara to the Constitution of the United States and a lot of other things. Thank you. And so you still owe me 3.
I got them coming. I got 3 more.
So what we have now is we've got all through this. We also have a lot of fun watching Newt go after Mitt. It's going to be hilarious.
Oh yeah, because he was the only one that wasn't smiling last night. He was a little upset.
Newt was pissed.
I think that's the word. I guess
he's a flat out
upset,
delirious with the submarining by Mitt. And
Mitt ran a lot of negative campaign spots. I take it, spent a lot of money,
and hits another thing that's going to keep people away. I believe that. The conundrum of my incredulous position as an observer, a citizen, a voter, taxpayer, way too much taxes, both state and fed. is that I look and see what the need is right now, and I also see that the Republican base is throwing a tantrum. You've got the Catholics, you've got the religious right, and you've got the disenfranchised right of center Republicans that have been that the Tea Partyites who have been ignored in this last go around. A year ago, it was a huge landslide in this country. Telling Obama to knock it off, but it was also the message to the Republican Party: we want you to go back to Republican conservative principles. And the party has told them, just like Obama told them last year, pump sand. We're taking control of the party. There's nothing you're going to do about it. And if you want to throw out all of these Tea Party representatives like Ryan, and with that ridiculous thing he put up there, his plan to turn the country around, all of these things, all of these conservatives, we're going to just get rid of them. We're going to govern from the center to the left. And that's where the Republican is. It's not going back across the center line to the right of center. You're just going to have to live with the fact that this country is now going to be a left of center, extreme left country. That's where it's going. And the money says that, and the population says that. The progressive left has won the narrative. They've won it since the look. Where could this happen? Where could you have such a swing of the American voting public a year ago and still not have any representation within the party that picks up where they left off?
Conservative Tea Party
where they left off. There's nobody. It's like it never happened.
Mentioned Tea Party last night.
And it was not. It was mentioned once. It was mentioned once.
I heard Dennis Prager mentioned it on his show today. I haven't heard anybody else mention the Tea Party.
Unless, and I'm as naive as the next guy. Unless when it comes down to finding who the candidate is, and hearing the narrative of the candidate and the pressure to rally, you'll either see it or you won't see it right around summer.
Yep.
You'll see it right around summer. When people come back after Labor Day, you'll see it. And if you don't see it after Labor Day, into August, into October, you're finished. Pack your bags and head north. You might as well become a Canadian citizen, because it is over. And that's just an observation of the rising tide. The Republican Party does not want to fight for the Constitution. They're telling the people in America, they're telling the Tea Party people, this is our party now. You can forget the Constitution. This is all BS, and it's going to take another cycle or two, a presidential cycle, 4 to 8 to 12 years, to flush out all these people who think this is a constitutional republic.
Wow.
It's not.
Serious stuff. The stakes are high.
Well, it is. And if you don't recapture the narrative and wake people up with a great candidate, if Mitt Romney doesn't realize, hey, listen, I could be the nominee if I go a little bit more right. If he doesn't do it, you're finished. You don't have the elements in place here, or the infrastructure to pick up where the Tea Party left off. And that was a year ago. Nothing has been done to straighten the party out or get the party influence to go back to the conservative elements that this country was founded upon. And I love Santorum, but realistically speaking, folks, Rick Santorum had a nice little evening the other night, but as far as I'm concerned, it's over.
We'll be back on CRN, the Fred Dreyer Show.